Good morning. It's Councillor Glen. It is Saturday, January 20th. It is very cold this morning. I'm at Trustee M Park on Hartsmere. It's next to Westwind Public School. Maybe you can see it in the background there. Over there is Guardian Angels to my left on the other side of this tree. And I'm here at the rink. Great rink. The ice looks great. We've got a lot of the rinks opening up now that we've had some cold weather. Big thanks to Paul and the rest of the helpers here at Trustee M Park for everything they do to keep this rink looking great. There's a rink with some boards here. There's another little puddle rink over there to practice on. This is one of 14 rinks in the Stittsville community, and they're all run 100% by volunteers. So again, I think I say this every week. I can't say it enough. Thank you so much to all the volunteers for your help to keep the rinks in great shape this season. If you'd like to help out here at Trustee M Park or anywhere else in the community, email me at glengower@ottawa.ca or message me and I'd be happy to put you in touch with the volunteers. We're hoping to get a 15th rink going, not too far from here, over at Silus Bradley Park on Edenwild. It's a new park in the community. They were supposed to get the hydro hookup yesterday and final touches on the park before the city accepts it, which is good, but we need a lead volunteer who can kind of take ownership and organize all the other volunteers. We've had a number of people reach out to say they want to help out, but we're still looking for a lead, and that's important. To take ownership of the hoses and the shovels and the schedule and all that stuff. So contact me if you'd like to help out with that. We'd appreciate it. It'd be great to get 15 rinks going in Stittsville this season. Looking back on the week that was, we had a lot of snow last Saturday, over 30 centimeters. I think some stations in the West End reported close to 40. That's a lot of snow, even here in Ottawa, where we are used to getting a lot of snow. That's still a big dump of snow, and I want to thank residents and city snow crews for all of your cooperations and patience as that big dump of snow got cleared out. Now, the city's continuing to do snow removal now, so taking out those big snow banks that are accumulating at the side of roads. They're actually not too far from here this morning, over on the Parade, Hickstead, Edenwild, that neighborhood there at the south part of Stittsville. So watch in your neighborhood for those temporary no parking signs that they stick into snowbanks, and please follow the no parking rules on those so that crews can move quickly. I'm gonna go see if I can get a photo of that when I'm done here, if it's safe to do so. It's a fascinating operation. Lots of equipment. If you want to watch, make sure you're not in the way and at a safe distance. But pretty interesting thing to watch. So also this week at City Hall, there was a Heritage Committee meeting. The Heritage Committee is recommending designation of a number of buildings. They're going to be doing more of these designations because the province of Ontario has completely changed all the rules around heritage designation and so on. So there's a bit of an urgency because of a deadline coming up. If buildings aren't designated, we might lose the opportunity to do so. So looking at high-risk buildings that might be at risk of demolition in our community. On Wednesday, we had our Planning and Housing Committee meeting. An interesting report there called the Greenfield Residential Land Survey. So once a year, city staff produce a report to show how much land there is available in basically the new and growing parts of Ottawa, mostly around the edges of the suburbs or within the suburbs, vacant land for residential growth. And we have about 25 years of supply. I think it's 25.9 years. Anyways, so plenty of supply. The province requires us to have 15 years of supply ready to go. We have more than that. That's a good thing. And an interesting report. Check out ottawa.ca if you'd like more information there. Lots to talk about housing this week because this is the 4th anniversary of the city declaring a housing and homelessness emergency here in Ottawa. I want to say a big thank you to the Alliance to End Homelessness. They organized a bunch of activities this week basically to mark the anniversary. I was at a talk, a panel with some guests from Finland who have done some amazing work over the last 10 or 15 years to reduce homelessness in their country and their major cities. Some of my staff attended a talk yesterday about work that's being done in Niagara to reduce youth shelter use, some interesting approaches there. And I was at an event yesterday morning at City Hall. It was a simulation exercise where counselors and some of our staff were each given a persona of a person who is struggling with homelessness, and we were asked to navigate the system. And as a real eye-opener to the bureaucracy and the lack of coordination and some of the many issues that people have in accessing support and services from different government agencies and other organizations. So thank you to the Alliance to End Homelessness for everything you're doing to advocate on this, and I'm sure there'll be more to come. The Ottawa Public Health reminding folks we still have a lot of respiratory virus in our community. So please, if you haven't already, go out to your local pharmacy and get a flu shot and a COVID shot. You can get them on the same day, same time. And it's a great way to protect yourself. If you are feeling sick, you have symptoms, stay home if you can. And if you cannot, or you've been recently sick, wear a mask when you're going out into public places, and you can find more information at ottawapublichealth.ca. Really excited about our emergency preparedness workshop, which is coming up on January 30th, about a week and a half away. We have 75 people registered for this. It's being delivered by the Red Cross, and that'll help you learn what to put into your emergency kit and things you should know to be ready for an emergency. So thanks to everybody who signed up so far. If you'd like to register, it is absolutely free. This will be an online event on the evening of the 30th of January. Go to glengower.ca for more information. Also on my website, I've got information about a resubmission of the development proposal for 6310 Hazeldean Road. This is near the Crossing Bridge neighborhood on Hazeldean, across from the Farm Boy, near Hazeldean and Carp Road. It was originally submitted a year and a half ago, and they were going to do a very big, bulky 9-story building. They have completely gone back to the drawing board and essentially submitted a brand new proposal. It includes over 400 apartments, going with a building stepping from 2 buildings stepping from 3 stories all the way up to, get this, 25 stories. This is certainly unprecedented for Stittsville. I think we've approved some taller buildings recently like that in Canada Centrum, but it's still a very tall building, and I know there's a lot of concern in the community. Thank you to people who have shared your comments with the planners so far. We're going to be organizing an information meeting in February. We're just finalizing the date for that, so stay tuned, and I'll share information once we have that confirmed. Some reminders. Let's see. Okay, dogs on leash. Over the last 6 months, we've had a number of very serious incidents with dogs who are off leash in areas that are not designated to be off leash. So please, 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 keep your dog on leash. We had a really bad incident earlier this week in one of our communities. There are some areas that are designated off leash. They will have a sign that specifically says that. So if you don't see that sign, your dog has to be on leash. Thank you for your cooperation. If you're a dog walker who uses Shea Woods, or maybe you live in the Westwood or Tall Tree, Granite Ridge areas, the Hydro Corridor near Shea Woods, so running parallel to Abbott Street, I guess that would be east of Shea Road. Hydro 1 is doing some maintenance, so you might hear some chainsaws or see some heavy equipment out there. Just keep your distance there. We've asked them to avoid working around the time of day when we tend to have kids walking through that corridor to and from school. I mentioned Silus Bradley Park. We're looking for a lead volunteer. Diversity committee. We have a diversity committee. It's made up of new Canadians and people from our community representing the various groups that represent diversity here in Stittsville. We're looking for some new members. We're doing some recruitment. So if you or someone you know would like to participate or you'd like more information, send me a note at glen.gower@ottawa.ca. A reminder about speed cameras. We have 2 in Stittsville, one in front of Sacred Heart High School on Abbott Street and one in front of St. Stephen's School in Jackson Trails. They're both activated 24/7. It's not just during school hours, so be aware of that. And of course, there's speed cameras all across the city of Ottawa. It's easy to avoid a ticket. Just watch for the speed limit sign and slow down. That's all you need to do. Finally, a reminder, we have a events calendar where we list upcoming events in Stittsville. And if you're an organization putting together an event in the coming weeks or months, we'd love to hear about it and share it with residents. You can see the calendar at glengower.ca/events, and you can email me with any event info. We'd love to share it there. Okay, that's it for me. It's pretty cold, and I'm going to go warm up. I'm going to get a newspaper, do my crossword, probably head out cross-country skiing somewhere later on, maybe some skating at a local rink. We'll see. Anyways, I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you for watching and listening, and I'll see you next week. Take care.